Wow, this Terrence Gangster Williams, AKOG Giggity. Y'all, this is what y'all been asking for. I got the living legend, Mr. Charleston White.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Say, which one of these cameras? You got two. Which one?
It's yours right here.
That mine right there. I bet. Yeah, man, I'm doing good, man.
All right, let's get right into this thing.
Hold on, let me take this off mute. These people over here want to hear us too, man. Man, I'm thinking it's some of your party right there, man.
Wow. Okay, have there ever been a time when you went off on somebody and you was like, man, I shouldn't have did that?
Yeah. Yeah, a whole bunch of times. I cussed out this woman, and I thought she was another woman. And our whole family wanted to kick my ass. And she had a big old family. Oh, and they talking about coming down to the classy lady and kicking my but I was in Las Vegas. But they had a family member that wanted to sit down with me and clarify. Because they had been watching my video and they were saying, no, mama, he had to been mistaking you as the wrong person. And shout out to Miss Lisa McDaniel. And she was a very prominent woman in the black community. She run Little Angels daycare, and I had cussed out, man, thinking that she was this other lady. And she got brothers and sons and some fools on her side of the family. But she also got some family members with some good sense. So the ones with the good sense just knew, they know my character and reputation. They know I ain't gonna just be cussing out just know anybody. And so they reached out to me, and we got everything cleared up, and I was able to apologize. When I went off on Kevin Gates, I was just with him. But even in the process of me with him, it was something inside of me saying, man, you know you're wrong for doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have that element, or if you don't have that a part of you, homie, then you're a person. If you can't tell yourself you're wrong, and it bothers you when you're wrong, then you're a person. When I cussed out Mama Duck, that didn't feel good either. But I was responding out of my own hurt and feeling betrayed. That didn't feel good. There was another instance, which I ain't gonna say it, but it was another instance, man. That we was able to get past it. Okay. So yeah.
Okay, here's a big one here. Now, how you feel about Wack 100 say you were gonna make it to see Christmas? Now Christmas gone and New Year's gone.
I'm glad he said it. And this is what I want people to know. None of us know when we go die. So for to sit up and boldly say this ain't gonna make this. For one, I don't fear death. I don't think death is a bad thing. So yeah, kill me. I don't know. Yeah. Nah. So I couldn't wait for Christmas to come so I can look these cameras in the face and say, yeah, I beat the streets. Cause Wack 100 said if that make it past Christmas, then the streets is dead. Well, Wack, the streets been dead. Yeah, now they letting you make it. Yeah. They letting who sit up and run his mouth, man. The streets died when all the street guys came to the internet. That's when the streets died. The streets didn't die by letting me live. I haven't done anything to nobody in the streets. I swear to God, I've never disrespected a real on the internet. I've never disrespected a real street on the internet. All the y'all see me getting into it with and disrespecting, these ain't real street because real street are not on the internet. Real street don't know how to engage the internet. Now these wannabe street talking gangster on the internet. But now, man, the streets been dead. Yeah, the streets been dead when they started letting kids play in the streets.
Okay. Do you have any regrets?
None.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't have no regrets.
Okay, here go one with everybody want to know this one. Do you think at some point in time that you will be able to sit at a table like you and I doing now with OG Percy?
No, man, Percy, man, everybody know that around this town. Man, I already tried to do that. Man, this what people, this what everybody know in this town. I reached out to OG Percy, homie, on 2 separate occasions. Uh, I was implementing a new gang intervention program. Uh, and one of the school resource officers that was part of the gang unit that was heavily involved in leading the gang intervention, gang prevention programs in the Fort Worth Independent School District. Officer Charles Rogers. Officer Charles Rogers, Sergeant of the gang unit, reached out to me. They wanted to do a new innovative program. We got with rest in peace, Mr. Parks, Mr. Preston Parks. So we got with Preston Parks. We reached out to OG Percy. OG Percy bought Diamond Stone TV along with OG Percy had a girlfriend at this time. We met at Dixie House Cafe. We sat down. I brought OG Percy into this because I thought he would be good, man, working with the kids in gang intervention and prevention. As time goes on, as we're developing the program and putting the program together, to us, it seems that Percy is more or less glorifying prison. He's glorifying prison with these prison stories. He's not using this to derail or encourage. So he's glorifying the lifestyle, homie. He did. So so even a school official was like, nah, that wouldn't be a good look with Percy and the kids. So that's the first time. The second time is when I got selected to host the Gangster Chronicle South podcast, up on the Gangster Chronicles with Mob James, MC8, and Steel. And that was on Digital Soapbox Media. So I went and got Dewberry. So this is my first big break. Man. I'm finally got my podcast. We streaming on Spotify, iHeart, everywhere. So I don't want to talk gangster talk. I don't want to be a part of Gangster Chronicles. So I went and got Anthony Dewberry from Dallas, West Dallas, legendary street guy, ex-Crip, known prison guy. So he's from Dallas. I go get OG Percy, put Dallas, Fort Worth together because I think, man, this would be a great bridge to the gap. We had an audition and interview. We drove probably an hour and a half out there, man, in that Plano Legacy area. They had cameras set up like this. Man, OG Percy came out there with that man. He had his phone set right here up. Hey, what's up, cuz? Talking to Facebook, but here go the audience out here under these cameras. So, man, everybody just looking at themselves like, nah, man, Percy, nah, man, he can't podcast. So, nah, man, me and Percy live in the same city. My mama stay up the street from his mama. We're in the same neighborhood every day. Me and Percy ain't gonna never do a damn thing with each other. He ain't on my level, homie. I can talk past prison. I got youth engagement program, youth development program, and I do trainings for the United States Department of Homeland Security. I train the state's juvenile correction officers. I train probation and parole. I teach at the adult parole classes, man. It's on the main parole office on my card. So I just get online. But when these cameras come off, homie, I really swear in as a criminal defense mitigation specialist working on capital murder and death penalty cases. I just come online. I ain't got time to sit down with Percy. Homie, Percy, the game I done gave Percy is Diamond Stone, all these other platforms. Monetize yours, man. I didn't give you the game. Even though I'm giving you the game, man, you monetize you. You can get out wearing everybody else's clothes. Make them pay you. So, nah, homie, ain't nowhere in the world that ain't supposed to be eating how I'm eating, homie. I'm getting booked for $10,000 shows, homie, to just go talk about me saying George Floyd. I just got big from a $10,000 booking, homie, to go address the people where George Floyd was from. Because them people thought, well, man, he done said George Floyd. Well, let's ask him some questions. So they set up a whole forum. Homie, Percy's supposed to be capitalizing long as we've been doing it. So no, I can't. When you get a car, we might ride by each other and argue at the light, but we ain't sitting down nowhere.
All right. This one I want to know this one personally. How would you feel, or what would be your reaction if your child was at Walmart minding his business and someone come up and start disrespecting him, hooping and hollering, cussing him out?
I just bought him an AR-15. He just turned 19 years old. I bought him an AR-15. My son then already stabbed a grown man and got off with self-defense. So the boy already know how to respond. Yeah, I'm just waiting for somebody to do it to see what he gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah. Now for real, my son already stabbed a grown man 3 times, got the tip off of him. I just bought him a bad AR-15. He can legally carry it with that grip on it. He shoot. I done had him in boxing, UFC. I want to see what he gonna do if he could do it. And I show people what he looked like too.
Okay. Now, what are your thoughts on Boosie not speaking on T.I.'s situation?
Man, everybody know Boosie is a mark. Man, we grew up believing Boosie bad was a man. Boosie say, man, y'all shook him. Baby, he was shook up in Angola. He was shook up in Angola, and everybody know, homie, the streets pick and choose who go be a snitch depending on who they like.
All right. That's right.
They can always find a justification on why this ain't this ain't that based on if we like him. And so Boosie and T.I. got a close relationship. Boosie tried to bash you like a for telling on the dead. And then T.I. come out and said, yeah, I told on my dead cousin. Boosie ain't said one thing.
Yeah. All right. If you believe the mark of the beast is the internet, then why are you constantly on the internet?
Because I like the devil too. I don't want God 7 days a week. Yeah, I only want God when I'm in trouble. Yeah, rest of that, I like the devil. I like dancing with the devil. I ain't finna sit up back like I don't like. I like dancing with the devil too. I only want God on Sunday, just like everybody else. Okay.
All right. How do you feel about Chris Sean and Blueface having a baby together?
Yeah, that ain't that boy, baby. I'm with that boy. That ain't that boy, baby. That he said she done been with 10 dudes. That probably one of them bull dyker babies. Yeah, that one of them girl babies. That ain't that man. Yeah, I wouldn't, but yeah, that one of them bull. That one of them lesbians, baby. They done some freaky and got pregnant, 2 hoes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Christian. I'm with that boy Blueface. That ain't his baby.
So what do you think about Tasaki? What is that?
Tashaki
6ix9ine showing $1 million and dropping his location. What do you have? What message you have for him?
Boy, he make me proud. He convinced me that the streets wasn't gangster. Okay. That's who I look up to, just to be honest. He proved to me that ain't as bad as they say it is, that the streets ain't as tough as they used to be, that gangsters ain't gangsters no more, and that street rules don't mean anything anymore. Okay. And I always want to remind people, when did black gangs expect white boys and Mexicans to be loyal to them?
Okay. Now, here's an interesting one here. If you invited to a VIP section with Gunna to have drinks, would you go?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to be with Gunna. Yeah, me and Gunna. Gunna. He gonna tell, I'm gonna tell. He gonna testify, or he might or he might not, but he's gonna have to testify because he's already agreed to it. Yeah, me and Gunna can get some money together. That boy just come on. If he sit down with me, he ain't got to worry about me and that boy can get some money together.
So what are your thoughts on Young Thug and his situation?
I hope he go to jail. I hope he at least gets 8 years. I hope they send him away for at least 8 years. Okay. And I hope the feds come in since they got enough people who have agreed to a conspiracy charge of gang involvement. So I hope the feds come in and do their due diligence. I want to see if the boy really gay. Yeah. One thing we know about prison, them in prison got a way to identify that girl and them boys and know how to bring it out of them. So I want to see if the boy really paint his fingernails and if he really like to wear dresses. And the only way we can tell that is if we send him to prison. Okay. And shout out to Fannie Willis. Y'all doing a great job in Atlanta at the Fulton County Prosecutor's Office over there. Keep it up. We're proud of you.
Okay. Now, because I noticed this a lot myself, but why do you like dissing King Von?
Because I think he was a serial killer. I just found out about drill music 3 years ago. I'm walking through Joe Blow house. I see a documentary on a kid called Tuka. As I'm watching this documentary don't say Tuka is a killer. It don't say Tuka is a gangbanger. It says he was a 15, 16-year-old kid. He got killed at a bus stop with 2 girls. He had just joined the wrestling team, won his wrestling match. His mother just moved into this new neighborhood. He was a kid that was charisma. Yeah, he was charming with the ladies, and he could fight. Mostly ran by himself. Befriended some of these kids in the neighborhood after having to fight them. All of a sudden, he come up dead. So now you got these kids on this side saying smoking took her. Now they babies, but they serial killers. They done killed 2, 3, 4 people as children. So then one day I see a King Von story. King Von story, he was in jail on multiple murders. Black people. Only reason he got out of jail is because all the witnesses come up dead. So I get out, he's saying the day Tooker died, smoke Tooker. So now I'm saying, man, what's up with this Tooker? And he just drill. Well, that's the drill music. So I'm starting to find out about Dirk, King Von. So I'm saying, man, these some horrible little. This little King Von is a horrible. So then I see a documentary where he's being interviewed by a white man from NBC about a murder. And he laughing about it and he playing about it. Come to find out he killed the girl. And he was sick. I'm saying, man, this little was sick. So when our children uplift this demon, and idolize, our kids is idolizing a demon. And then I heard this nigga say he is a demon. This kid say he a demon. At this point, man, that boy. We got to kill the image of this. All our kids gonna be demons. Man, so I've been on a warpath to destroy that demonic force.
Okay.
So, man, I was so happy when that boy got killed. And the way he got killed, man, I celebrate, man. That was a demon. In my mind, God was taking a demon out of earth. Because I ain't never seen nobody die, get shot home, and their body didn't flop. That turned into a pillar of salt, like Lot's wife. That turned into stone before the world, homie. He hardened up. That nigga went into rigor mortis instantly. Homie, that ain't never been seen. So now I'm on the right side. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Murder is wrong. Self-defense is right. Killing is wrong. Self-defense is right. Nah, homie, it ain't no more God in these little. So man, King Von and any like him, pray.
Okay. You said having a son gave you an identity.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to be a pimp before then. I wanted to be a gangster. I wanted to be a killer. I wanted to be a Mac. I want to be a real. But fatherhood is where my identity came, because fatherhood gave me the strength to say, nah, I don't want to do that, homie. Nah, I ain't going to do that. Yeah, nah. Oh man, fatherhood gave me the crutch to say, okay, I'll be, but I'm going home to my son. Fatherhood gave me a way out. The way out was I'm a daddy now, homie. I ain't with that gang. I ain't with that homie. I'm a father now. So that's where my identity arrived from. Before then, I ain't know what I was. I ain't know who I was, homie. Sometime I was pimping. Sometime I was gangster. Yeah. Yeah. Was just confused, trying to find his way until that kid showed me what I was.
So why you think some people don't embrace the same identity, but they still want to be in the streets?
It's hard to be. It's hard to let them call you, and you got to go and tuck your tail and be so you can go home. It's hard to be a snitch. It's hard to say I'm gonna stand up and man, I tell on you to get out of trouble to go home. Yeah, it's hard, homie. It's hard to go against the crowd. It's hard to abandon all this you done kill for, rob for, shot it out for, hurt your mama behind, abandon your kids for, and then look at this and say, this was what we were doing. And then to say, I'm done with it and walk away, and everybody you love over there, everybody you still with still with this. Homie, that's hard to do. And still stand up and feel good about it. So I understand why most men don't shed the street identity, don't cleanse themselves of the street residue so they can be wholesome fathers and wholesome men to their families. So I get it, homie. I straddled the fence for a long time. So when I got my son, homie, I was still straddling the fence. I was still going back and forward. But when I had my daughter, so my son was 5 years old when I had my daughter. When I had my daughter, uh, she came and removed the residue because I don't want my daughter exposed to none of it. I'm kind of okay with my son won't, maybe picking up on the pimping. They're kind of okay with that, but you don't want your daughter picking up on nothing. So, when the daughter came, homie, she came as the cleansing method, homie, to get rid of the residue. Okay. And this one just looked in the mirror and said, man, I don't want to do wrong to nobody. I know I'm going to do wrong in life, but I don't want to wake up in life and throughout the day, homie, I have an intent nor a desire to want to hurt and do wrong to people. I'm going to do wrong, but I don't want to do wrong to you. I don't want to do wrong to nobody, homie. So if I find myself and I believe I've done wrong, then I try to make that wrong right, especially if it's done towards somebody, because I know that's the fastest way to block your blessings, homie, is doing wrong to people. Stealing out of store with a company, I don't think God give a like that. But yeah, doing wrong to people, I don't think God like that. So yeah, that'd be my whole concept.
Okay, because see, my next question was, if you could slap someone, anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
Wack 100. Yeah, I think Wack 100 can't fight. Yeah. Because I think he's the biggest sucker in the industry, homie. Yeah, it'd be Wack 100. I slap.
Okay. Now, we have some rappers as well as people on Twitter have called you Uncle Tom and have compared you to
Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus.
I wish I could be Uncle Tom. I actually have a management company. It's called Uncle Tom Management. People get Uncle Tom confused with Sambo. Uncle Tom, unbeknownst to most black people, Uncle Tom was the first black hero known to black people in America. Uncle Tom wasn't no sellout. Uncle Tom was the one that taught the slaves how to put the dirt and some of the gravel, the little rocks, when you pick the cotton, how to put that in the bag so it can make weight so you don't get your back beat. Uncle Tom also went and told the white boy some small lies with a little bit of truth to confuse him about what was doing so he can keep coming inside the house. Uncle Tom was the first spook who got to sit by the door and come back and tell the niggas what was going on. So I would gladly take the title of Uncle Tom, man, but they trying to put it on me wrong. I'm more of what they consider and what they have a more understanding of, which is Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus would be Sambo, not an Uncle Tom. Sambo was the who got Uncle Tom killed. No. So they need to understand the history, homie, and learn terms better.
They're speaking out of ignorance.
Yeah, they're speaking out of ignorance. But I am Uncle Ruckus. I don't like I barely like their kids. I don't want to live nowhere where a bunch of black people is. I don't want to do nothing with all black people. But party.
Okay.
Yeah, then I want to leave early. I don't want to end the party and all black people end it because somebody go die.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about rap music being part of the reason our children are doing drugs?
That's part of the reason. I never knew nothing about a Molly or a Percocet until Future started talking about it. And I was a grown. I tried a Molly one time, thinking I would go do some. And it was I was too high. And I was wondering why them niggas was talking about going to Pluto. Okay. Yeah, they were talking about Pluto, going to Pluto, and this was the time the Mollies was coming out. Man, I went to the hospital scared. It wouldn't work for nothing. Who can this high? And what I was telling my man, who can this high? Man, who want to be this high? But I was encouraged by the lyrics as well. I remember when Xanax came. Xannies. They was compared to syrup. And I remember with this little broad named Contessa. And she said, they got these syrup pills. I said, well, let me see how I do you. About 45 minutes into the movie, she was knocked out. And I did it like the wrestler. Referees do the wrestler when they put them in a chokehold. They raise that arm up. 1. Arm flop. 2. That arm flop 3 times. I the shit out of her. Yeah, we folks, yeah, but this time she was out of there. Out of. Woke up the next morning, she said, did we have sex? You know goddamn well we did. Yeah, you see them panties laying on side your head, and we in every hole too. Yeah, you talking about it. Didn't have no problem. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Did you? She said, no, I don't remember nothing. I knew not to fuck with Xanax. Yeah, in all your holes and you don't budge and bounce and jump up and nothing. I don't want nothing that'll lay you down like that. So I said, man, this generation here is in trouble. Yeah, there's some partners doing each other like that, putting these drugs on each other, then sneaking their drawers off these boys. It's all type of shit going on with these niggas getting high with each other. Because all of them be in the car together going to the club. I know with the kind of drugs that make you hard for 2 days. With guns in their pockets. And then when you see them leave the club, it don't be no woman walking to the car with them. It don't be no parking lot pimping, nothing. It be the group of women going that way, boys going that way, and I be saying, well, where the couples at? So now, man, on top of the rap music, we can't forget, homie, we got the crack babies. Everybody done forgot about the crack babies. The crack babies done grew up. So the crack babies done grew up, they the pill popping people. Because most of them are battling with substance abuse problems on top of mental health problems. So we got at least 10 to 15 to 20 years, little young who was on the little psych meds. They mamas was in the projects and them teachers told them, listen, you know this boy can barely read. You get him some medication, they go give him a check. So there's a whole lot of these little people getting benefits to take this medicine. So when they get 12, 13, the medicine have made them bigger. They stop taking the medicine, so their attitudes is different. They start self-medicating. We ain't pop pills. Right. This is a pill popping generation, homie. So then you got the little monster looking little Kodak Black saying, I knew the perk was fake, but I still took it. What? So that increases the fentanyl overdoses. God, I'm a gremlin. Yeah, man. So yeah, we just gotta let them die and just have insurance on these.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on Kanye West?
He needs some black. He needs some black. Okay. Boy, mama died, and he be over there with them Jenners and them Kardashians. He done lost his way. You can look how he dressed. Yeah, you look how he dressed. He need to go back to Chicago and find one of them, impregnate 2 of them, get put on child support, and deal with problems. Yeah, he need them. Yeah, them told that'll come back crazy at the mansion. Yeah. Go live at his mama grave, disrespecting him. You know the ghetto. Showing up at the Kardashian house, causing problems with the other baby mama. He needs them kind of and it'll help him hit the reset button. Right now he going crazy. And they'll let them white folks trick him into a mental asylum, and they'll fuck around and civilly commit him. And then we go turn our back on him. We go do him like we done Bill Cosby, and we go be wrong. Yeah, we gonna be wrong.
So now, what are your thoughts on Mr. Melvin Farmer? He keeps your name in his mouth a lot lately.
Yeah, Skull was at the park when I met him. Listen, man, I used to send Skull money. Skull used to have to call me to Uber to the parole office. I used to feed Skull Taco Bell because he used to be at St. Andrew Park all day long. I done brought Skull down here. He done met Joe Blow. Skull done met everybody. Skull just trying to get on. Skull say the world is a big stage and everybody acting. He just trying to get on. Man, I used to send him his guns, homie. Man, when he came down here on a humbug, thinking this woman liked him, and she didn't like him. She just wanted to interview him. We had the big ice storm, and everybody lights went out. Skull was stuck at the hotel in Dallas. I'm the one gave him cigarette money. Man, when I was living in LA, man, Skull didn't have a car. None of them did, man. He introduced me to all the old street gangsters, homie. And that's all they was, a bunch of old street gangsters. I met King Baba Louie through Skull. I met Barefoot Pookie through Skull. I met Big Bob through. I met all the original Crips. And I took a liking to them old. But homie, I saw them old was stuck. Yeah, them old was stuck, homie. And we had big hopes for them, right? And this where all this come about. They take me to the Nipsey Hussle funeral. Me and Skull Uber to the Rolling 60s neighborhood. I pay for the Uber. I was working at Diamonddale Adolescent Home. I met Skull on Facebook. Skull was doing public speaking. Him, Fred Hampton Jr., John Gotti Jr., King Tone, Latin King Tone. So they had a speaking engagement group that they were doing nationally. I was working with the Incarcerated Children Advocacy Network by way of the Campaign Fair Sentencing the Youth. So I learned through Skull through the speaking network. So when I moved to California, I would Uber to St. Andrews Park just to go hang, smoke weed with him, at the park every day. So we ended up becoming cool. The day of Nipsey Hussle funeral, I fly in. I Uber to Baba Louie house. I was staying in the Denver Lane Bloods neighborhood on the borderline of the Hoopers and the Denver Lane Bloods. Skull was in the A-Trade Gangster Crips neighborhood. Baba Louie mama house was in the A-Trade Gangster Crips neighborhood. So I meet Baba Louie, fall in love with him. My people come in town, meet Baba Louie, fall in love with him. So make a long story short, after the Nipsey's funeral, I meet all the Crips. They had high hopes on making a lot of money off us Texas boys. And they was going to. Let me just say that. We was gonna make a whole lot of money. A whole lot of money. So my people want to bring Baba Louie down here. So we book Baba Louie, roll out the red carpet for him. All the blood we set up, we get a venue, set up a speaking engagement venue for Baba Louie. All the blood, homie, in the city. All the G's in the city came out. Nigga, I'm talking about every G, every killer, every gangster you can think of that done put down for this came to see Baba Louie. I'm sitting back looking at this, saying, wow. When they passed the hat around, Baba Louie probably collected $6,000-7,000. On top, we done took him shopping. We done treated him like how we would treat an elder that we got admiration for. So Baba Louie went back, based on the pictures on Facebook, man, them Texas boys, man. Yeah, so it created jealousy with Melvin Farmer. Because he came and he didn't get the same treatment. Okay. Because he came on some old game. Baba Louie just coming on some teaching some history shit. So then I meet T. Manuel Cappuccino, the founder of the Rolling 60s. If y'all ever hear me talk about the textile industry, how I can get hoodies and sweatshirts, all this, I get hoodies for the whole sweatsuits for $4, $2 for the top, $4. This whole cost $4. My put this on here, cost $150. So this hat right here, man, cost $1. Put this on this $20. So I'm getting to California the game before I'm getting my people down here the game, because I know hoodies, beanies, sweatshirt, all that is quadrupled in California because how far it is away from cotton. So I'm trying to get them the game. So I'm sending them free product, but they not game related. So that's where a lot of this larceny coming from, homie. Once I realized, you know, what the was and who the was and for who they are, y'all cut ties with them, homie. When I realized them the 60s kid Nipsey Hussle, nah, homie, I ain't want nothing to do with them, homie. So when I get into it with the Asians, and I'm getting into it with, you know, the California take sides with the Asians. Yeah, so it's been ever since. Not California, but the LA. Homie, I love the Bay and the Oakland and all of that, man. So yeah, so that's why they're harping. So them trying to take some paperwork from, it ain't even no real paperwork. I was 14 years old. They trying to take paperwork from another case with misspelled names. Man, the court don't misspell names. Courts don't do that, man. But here's the thing. They say, man, snitched when he was a kid. Man, ain't no such thing as kid snitching. 12, 13, 14-year-old kid committing murder. They don't even know the whole extent of the murder. So I'm saying, man, who buying this? But small platforms. Go get my adult record. I got some adult arrests. I got some shit I done been in when I've been an adult. Bring that out and lay that out. And then this one you can hold it. Come on, but then just playing on it. But this what I realized. When I got into it with when they came to Dallas, him and I told him, Marvin, don't y'all know we were smoking weed and hanging out, having fun before the ain't gonna be no diss in California. Ain't gonna be no diss. We were just, that's what made me like, well, we were just getting high together outside. Well, ain't gonna be no, I'm saying, oh man, this playing for the camera. So when that video ended, when y'all hear him, when y'all see Melvin Farmer get up and say, hey, at the end of the video, that's him coming to get me. And say, man, we just playing for the camera. He called Joe Blow, say, tell Tex, man, we just playing, you know, when the camera. Oh, they playing for the camera. They playing, they playing for the camera. I done been in faces, homie, they playing for the camera. Every hollering about what they gonna do, man, they done see they playing for the camera, man. Come on, man. So, I play for the camera too.
You play for real. Too.
I
play for keeps, though.
Yeah. Well, the camera is for keeps. Because, homie, just think, all we doing is acting. When I press that little button right there, I'm in mode. Whenever I come off, I'm gonna be a whole nother person. I ain't bringing me to the internet to get assassinated. Yeah, no, man, my people love me in real life, so I ain't got to bring me to the internet, because the internet go assassinate me. Look at his nose, look at his eye. That polo ain't real. He got a Jag, but it ain't a Benz, it ain't a Bentley. So the internet is gonna assassinate you, homie. The internet does not wake up to help you get to where you trying to go. They're the stumbling blocks. So that's why most celebrities don't engage the comment section. Yeah, that's why, man, because it ain't nothing positive out there. I tried to come to the internet positive. I spent from 2012 to 2018, homie, 17. I would never cuss publicly. I wouldn't dare use the word publicly. I wouldn't dare put a blunt. I ain't even want white people to know I smoke weed, homie. I didn't even want kids to know I smoke weed. I would not smoke weed publicly, homie, because I thought that image, I wanted to uphold the Dr. King image, of the Malcolm image, the Marcus Garvey image. When I realized, homie, that was for them. When you got the Tupacs, the King Vons, the Lil Durks, the NBA Young Boys, the Pooh Shiesty, you got them images? Nah, you got to talk like what the kids know. Right. And it took me a while to fine tune it. But that's what the whole Rap Williams character is, nigga, to embody the culture, talk like the rapper, act like the rapper, do like the rapper, and then come out of character.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Besides you now, give me your top 3 comedians.
Uh, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, and Andrew Dice Clay. I like that
Okay.
white. Yeah, I like that white boy.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, man, the honorary Dick Gregory. Yeah, Dick was a bad boy too.
You don't like none of the young guys that's
No,
right there?
no,
None of them?
no. Them won't give me a hug. Yeah, they won't give me a hug and tell me I'm their comedy brother. Yeah, they hating on me. Now, I f Cat though, but we had to think about up-to-date comments. I'm a big fan of Kevin Hart. I seen him in person performing, man, really funny. I actually met him in person. We were staying at the same hotel in Atlanta. I walked out the hotel and seen him sitting there and said, "Say, I told everybody I was taller than you. Bite the apple off the top of your head." He started laughing like, him, Cat Williams. I love that Carlos Miller, homie. And I like that big fat Drewski. He funny to me. Yeah, Drewski funny to me.
Okay, a picture was posted on Instagram. Jaguar Wright posted, and she asked people what do they think about you and her doing an interview together. And it got, what I seen, it was over 20-something thousand thumbs up. So do you, or are you and her gonna hook up?
Yeah. We was till she went to jail. Yeah. Nobody won't see her, man. They won't talk to her about going to jail now. But no, man, I'm intrigued. I don't know her. I just became familiar with her. I don't know anything about her, what she do. I'm just being introduced to her. But I am intrigued by her. So yeah, I will sit down with her.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, because we nicknamed her the female Charleston White of the internet.
yeah, I ain't never seen one video of her.
Yeah, she don't real life street stuff. She tearing them up.
Yeah, well,
You and her.
I ain't seen it.
Okay.
I'm gonna check her out though. But I met her in person. And I did agree that we could sit down. So I look forward to it. Just
Okay.
being able to pick her brain to see, uh, what she know.
So what are your thoughts that people been trying to get you off the internet, trying to take down some of your content to keep you from being heard, but the more they try to block you, the successful you are.
That's how I was able to evolve to where I'm at now, because they was doing that. And so I was making a mistake that most black people make. I was becoming complacent. uh I was becoming satisfied with crumbs. uh a YouTube check is crumbs, homie. And let me just say this: I'm getting $16,000 a month in a matter from January to May. I got my first YouTube check January of 2020. My first YouTube check, homie, January of 2020. It was 200 some dollars. Uh, I didn't know how to monetize really. Uh, from January to May, and it got up to 16,000. Uh, my last one in June was 20,000, and that was having right at 60 some thousand subscribers, and none of my videos reaching over 20,000 views. So that's a platform that don't even have one video that had 100,000 views on it, and I got up to $20,000 a month. That's me doing this without the knowledge of how to maximize your monetization on YouTube. So I'm doing all live videos. Well, YouTube pay the least for live videos. They pay more for pre-recorded, because the pre-recorded you can go edit, and it becomes more advertiser friendly. So I'm breaking all the rules on a live video. Ain't nobody telling me, ain't nobody showing me nothing. So now I'm starting to base my life off the money that I'm making off YouTube, like you would a job, right? I'm budgeting. When they took it, What I'm gonna do now?
Okay.
Man, what I'm gonna do now? So when YouTube give you a channel, they also give you a Teesprings account, right? So with the Teespring account, it allows you to sell your own merchandise through YouTube. Teesprings they'll cut you, they'll order from you. You order from Teespring, but YouTube, they're gonna get 50% of that. When you do your super chats and somebody send you $200, YouTube go take 100. So I'm saying, man, imagine if I'm making $20,000 a month, how much is YouTube now making to be able to pay me this? Not YouTube, Google, because Google AdSense is paying you. So then I see the movie Social Dilemma, and it talks about how many even the people that's not getting paid on YouTube, they making money off you. So when they took it from me, I'm saying, man, I'm just gonna get it right back. So I create a new account. Within 2 days, it got monetized. As soon as I started going live on it, they demonetized it. I opened up another one, in my sister's name. They demonetized that one. So then my Instagram got monetized. They demonetized that. So from June to August, I was saying, man, how do I beat these people? So I got with my buddy, and we created my own clothing website. So I started there. So I said, okay, if they're not gonna let me monetize, what do you do? I said, just build a platform. Just build it and just build it and just get the following and just try to figure out how to brand Charleston. So that's where you start seeing me come up with the real Charleston White, real Charleston White. So I was trying to brand me, not knowing how to brand me. I heard Jay-Z say I'm a businessman. Not that he was a businessman, that he was a business. So just that notion and thought of I'm a business man. I made Charleston a business, and so I had to figure out a way to get me in some movies. Okay, what's a business, man? Well, they say you funny. Okay, go be funny. Okay, they say you a snitch. Okay, create a snitch character. So I started giving the internet what they were saying I was, in the mindset of branding me, whether that's a snitch. I would go brand myself as a snitch. I would go create a snitch character. I would go pitch things to the police department for Crime Stoppers. So I'm thinking of branding and marketing since they won't let me make no money online. So my first major move was I started telling black people to just send me their clothes. Man, just send me your clothes, home. I ain't charging nobody for nothing. Man, just send it. So for a whole year, I just wore people clothes for free. But I would lie at times and say people was paying me to do it. But I'm wearing something different every day. And so as I'm lying, saying, man, people paying me to do this, then people started saying, man, how much? Then people started paying. I had people with dentist offices start, man, hey man, post this. So I learned to get the money from just using the platform, not necessarily getting money off the platform. And so, man, I'm glad they did that. Homie was kicking me off and shadow banning me, because what happened by them doing that, they unintentionally helped me create a base and a following that every time they delete me, I got a new Instagram page. It ain't even been up 40, 60 days. It's already at what, 80,000. It ain't even been 2 months. My YouTube channel grew probably 20,000 a month. Yeah, man. So they helped me create this kind of following. They gave people this kind of addiction because they made it hard for the real Charleston to be seen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Since you're a youth advocate and you would like to see life abolished, how do you feel about them giving Tay, being that he was 15 or 16 years old, 99 years?
At first, I used to say they need to get a little life, but I was just speaking from ignorance. It was the character, right? Uh, that kid never had a chance at life, man. when I saw that little post the other day, I conquered these 4 walls. I know what he mean. Yeah, I was a 14-year-old little homie, playing gangster, and had to go do 9 months, 23-hour lockdown. 9 months, 23-hour lockdown. 15 years old. My partner Scrub, he hung himself. He killed himself in them cell. And they used to put me in that same cell. I conquered them walls too. At first, I started counting the bricks. Then I created me an imaginary girlfriend that I walked around in the cell with and pretend we was at the park. Some days I put my arm around her like I'm walking and practicing my conversation. I weep for that kid, homie. Because when you get his whole story, man, he never had a chance. He never had a chance. And so that's where mitigation specialists come in. People who come in, who partner with the criminal defense team and present mitigating factors to the courts and to a jury to help them understand why this kid should be given a second chance at life. If anybody deserves a second chance, homie, it's that kid. When you think about his home life prior to committing these crimes, that kid was running away from abuse. We don't have to name the abuse, but just know, man, that kid was running away from abuse. And he was acting out of hurt and pain on top of the undeveloped brain. So now we're starting to see this kid go through the process of brain development. Now he's starting to himself starting to say, man, I really wasn't even in there. I'm doing it all this time. The brain is logically starting to make sense, starting to rationally process this because it's reaching the point of development. But nah, homie, he don't deserve all that time. I've reached out to his sister. I've reached out to his family. I've reached out with attorney Mitch Note out of Collin County, which is one of the best capital murder defense attorneys in Texas. I also reached out to Shannon Ross from the Shannon Ross mitigation firm to try to assist in aiding in him in his appeal process and trying to get his time reduced.
Okay, this is the last one. Before we get out of here, give a message to the at-risk youth.
Man, whatever has happened to you is not your fault. I'm gonna say that again. But whatever has happened to you in life, it's not your fault. And what I mean by that, man, none of us was asked to be here on earth. None of us asked to come. We were just born into situations and circumstances and environments that we have no control over. And in those environments and in those families and in those homes, some things have happened, good or bad, no matter what it was, it's not your fault. What you're responsible for is, for one, forgiving your mother and father for whatever you believe they did or didn't do. That's the starting point. Whoever you think done hurt you, whoever you think done wrong to you, your starting point is forgiving them. You're not forgiving them to free them from the wrong. You forgiving you to free yourself to be healed. So once you learn right from wrong, man, everything from that point on is on you. Everything else from that point on is on you, man. Some of y'all got to go through what you got to go through to get to where I'm at right here. That's the starting line to redemption. Don't fight the process. The people that you're going to meet along the process, don't look for all of them to be black to help you, because God is going to use people who don't look like you to open doors for you and point in direction that most black people won't even know to point in. So pay attention and try to understand who real and what's real, and you'll be all right. I promise.
There y'all have it. I'm Terrence Gangster Williams, aka OG Giggity. Wah.
See, I used to always wonder why BG did that, man. I see why he got it. And that's my too. Why? I used to always wonder why BG did that, man.